Friends, I want to talk to you today about stewarding your prophetic words. As I get to travel all over America, everybody wants a prophetic word. When I'm going someplace, usually I preach 3 to 4 times when I go into a different city, and you'll go up there and you'll preach, and then you get ready to the altar service, and then the people come up, and this is what they do. They get their phones, and they got them on record, and they do like this. Or if the men's got a pocket, they'll put their phone in their pocket like this, and they'll get their hands up. They're wanting to record the prophetic word because everybody loves getting a prophetic word, don't we? We love prophetic words. I like getting prophetic words. Why do we like getting prophetic words? Because we like to hear what God is saying over our life. We like to hear what heaven is speaking, and it makes us feel good and we get excited. But friends, that's not the main reason we get a prophetic word. Yes, it is exciting. Yes, it is equipping and encouraging. Now, we like to say it is encouraging to get a prophetic word, but it is equipping you. A prophetic word comes to you, and when you get the prophetic word, it is supposed to be confirmation on something that God has already called you to do. So whenever you get a prophetic word, you are going to have to learn how to steward that word. One of my generals in the faith that I really like, I just really admire this guy. He said, whenever somebody calls and says, I got a prophetic word, he's like, oh, great. Now I'm going to have to take a day or two to fast and pray to get ready to steward this word. What kind of warfare is coming with this word? What am I going to have to work through to get this word? See, when you look at a prophetic word with that mindset, when God thinks enough to give you a prophetic word, you've got to get ready to move on that word and act on that word and build on that word, to move forward on that word. I was recently at a place, and it's a real prophetic hub, and I preached 4 services. Well, as I was preaching my 4th message, I told the people, I said, you know, the last 3 times I've preached, when I get done, everybody runs up with this or this, and they're ready for the prophetic word. And I said, when I get done, a lot of you are going to come up and you're going to want your 4th prophetic word. But let me ask you, have you even thought about how to steward the first 3 prophetic words? And you know what? When I gave the altar call, the first 15 people running up to the altar were people that's already got a prophetic word, or 2 or 3 since I've already been there. And I tell them, it's great to want a prophetic word, and I'm excited that people want something from God. But what are you doing with the word? You know, when I get a prophetic word, I'm not looking to get all excited and encouraged by it. When I get a prophetic word, I'm ready to get to work. What warfare do I have to go through? How do I need to work on myself to further myself with Christ? How do I need to press in closer? What character issues do I need to work on? How much integrity do I need to have to steward this prophetic word? What do I need to prepare my life and my family for to steward this prophetic word? Because God is releasing prophetic words on people right now as a charge for them to move forward with a mandate. I've never seen more kingdom-minded believers in the body of Christ. I've never seen more authentic apostles and prophets in the body of Christ than I do right now, that are raising up to launch the army of God forward. So whenever you get a prophetic word, you need to learn to steward the prophetic word. Just don't get a word to say, woo, I got a prophetic word. If somebody comes to me and says, I got a prophetic word, I say, good. Now what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about that with your assignment? Did it bear witness with you? And if it did, get to work. It's time to start building on your prophetic word. So understand this. Maybe even after this video, you need to go back and look at some of the old prophetic words that God has given you so you can steward them. I was recently at a place that I go to on a regular basis, and when it came time for altar, they had the people come up and they were going like this. They wanted the prophetic word. And I looked at them and I said, I'm not going to give you a prophetic word. Last 2 times I was here, I gave you a prophetic word, and I asked the host, what have they done with their prophetic words? They said, absolutely nothing. You're not getting another word. You need to go do what the first 2 words were. Well, they messaged me later and said, you were so correct. I went and stewarded the first 2 words, And now I feel I'm in a place that I can receive something else because I did what God spoke to my heart then. So my friends, I hope you're encouraged by this today and that you start stewarding your prophetic words.